Hello students, in this video we're going to discuss about harmful microorganisms. Now, as we all know, they are organisms that are extremely small and can't be viewed without the help of a microscope are considered to be microorganisms. It includes bacteria, algae, fungi, archaea and protozoa. So in last class, we studied about friendly microorganisms. In that, so the microorganisms, how it is useful and benefit for the human beings. So today we're going to discuss about harmful microorganisms. Most of the microorganisms that we know they are free living, while others are considered to be parasite. So let's take a glance at harmful microorganisms around us. Except for genetic and congenital factor, most of the diseases are caused by certain microorganisms. So these microbes are called as pathogen. They are specially adapted to infect and multiply within a host. So some disease caused by pathogens. So these we're going to discuss in brief. Harmful microorganisms can spoil our food, leather, clothing, etc. One another harmful effect of microorganisms is that they cause disease in plant, animal and even human beings. Harmful microorganisms which cause disease are called as infectious agent. So these are harmful in nature and also called as pathogens. So the disease causing microorganisms we will call that term as pathogens. So kindly make a note students. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause disease in human being, plant and animal. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogen. So this is the definition in other words. Pathogen enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried through an animal. So this way the pathogen enters our body. So here you can see the difference between the cellular and acellular. So the cellular, that it means a living, which includes the microorganisms like parasite, protozoa, fungi, prokaryote. And here there is an acellular, that is non-living virus, okay, which cause a disease called AIDS. So we're going to discuss brief about these. So here first we're going to study about the bacteria. So the bacteria is a microorganism. They cause disease like typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis, anthrax, pimple and peptic ulcer. Next is virus. They cause the common cold, influenza, dengue fever, SARS and AIDS. Next we move on to fungi. They cause skin infections. Protozoa. They cause malaria, chalazia and sleeping sickness. At last, we're going to discuss about the element worms. They cause intestinal infection and elephantiasis. So these are the microorganisms which cause a disease. What is microbial disease? How it affects it? What it will cause? And how we can control it? So we're going to see. Microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable disease. So I repeat, the microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable disease. Examples of such diseases include cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold, for example, okay, you just take an example. When a person suffering from a common cold, what happened? He will definitely sneeze. So when he sneezes, there will be like fine droplet of thing which comes out. So the fine droplet of moisture carrying thousands of virus are spread in the air. What happened next? So that virus can enter into the body as a foreign particle. So the virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing. So there are some insects and animals which act as a carrier of disease causing microbes. So the first main example we're going to discuss about housefly. Housefly is one such carrier. The fly sits on the garbage and animal excreta. The pathogens stick to their bodies. Which body? Housefly bodies. When these flies sits on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogen into the food. So whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. So housefly is one of the organism which is the carrier of pathogens. Next we are going to discuss another main important character called mosquito. Mosquito is another carrier. Example of carriers are the female Anopheles mosquito. I think you are very well know about this. The female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasites of malaria. So most of the people were thinking that malaria is caused by mosquito. But the mosquito is only the carrier. Okay, the Plasmodium vivax will be the microorganism, the pathogen which cause a disease. So next we move on to female Aedes mosquito, which act as a carrier of dengue virus. All mosquitoes breed in water. Hence, one should not let water collect anywhere in coolers, tires, flower pot, etc. So this will be the safety precaution. So you should not let any water bag or water tank or water cooler, water tire, flower pot, we cannot be kept empty. Okay, why? Because these mosquito, when the water is there in tire, what happen? This mosquito can easily breed. When it breeds, what happen? It can able to increase its population wide range. So by keeping the surroundings clean and dry, we can prevent mosquito from breeding. So this is one of the control measure of mosquitoes. So here we are going to discuss about the pathogen, disease, method of infection and symptoms. So first, the pathogen will be the protozoa. The disease which caused by the protozoa called malaria. The method of infection is by Anopheles mosquito. Symptoms, shivering, high fever for over long time. Next we are going to discuss bacteria. The disease caused by bacteria called cholera through water or food. Symptoms, vomiting, severe diarrhea. So what is the difference between the dysentery and diarrhea? We were considering when we have loose motion, we will call a term diarrhea, dysentery and loose motion. So dysentery is nothing but the loose stool. Okay. But diarrhea, the loose stool which consists of mucus have blood. So we calling that as a diarrhea. Tuberculosis, through air or water droplet. Symptoms, coughing, weight loss. Next we are going to study fungi. This is caused by fungi called ringworm through physical contact. Example, sharing of towel and sharing of your needs. Symptoms, red itchy spot on skin. Next is tinea through physical contact. Example, sharing of towel, the same. Here the symptoms will be white itchy spot on skin. So here only the difference between the symptoms. When you acquire the red itchy spot, that is called ringworm. When you acquire white itchy spot, then that is called tinea. So next we are going to discuss about the virus. So nowadays when we hear about the virus, we will know only about coronavirus. It causes a lot of major problems to the human being and to his world. So here we are going to discuss about AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So through the blood transfusion, sexual contact. Symptoms: crippled immune system and weight loss. Next is common cold through air. The method of infection is through air, and symptoms will be sore throat and runny nose. So these are the example for the pathogen, what it causes a disease and how it will infect it and what will be the symptoms. Fauna, animals. Several microorganisms not only cause disease in human and plant, but also in animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Robert Koch in 1876 discovered the bacterium called Bacillus anthracis, which caused a disease called anthrax. Next we study about the flora. Flora is nothing but plant. Several microorganisms cause disease in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and others. So the disease reduce the yield of crop. They can be controlled by the use of certain chemicals which kill the microbes. So here in this video, harmful microorganisms is studied about the human, flora and fauna. Thank you, students.